Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses, and this video is about how the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous uses the 12 Zodiac. Now, I know a lot of people say there's 13 signs. I'm not even gonna go there. I thought about including Ophiuchus and the 12th step to AA or NA, but I don't think that would be appropriate, right? So I'm gonna read for you the list of the 12 steps while simultaneously explaining to you how this applies to the zodiac, right? Number one, we admitted we are powerless over alcohol and that our lives have become unimaginable. Wait, is that what unmanageable? Admitting that you are powerless, Aries, the god of war, the god of war, Aries, admitting that you are powerless. Of course, they're reversing your Martian energy, bro. Bam. Number two, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. Two, Taurus, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves. Now, this is something along the lines appealing to Taurus by way of Taurus understanding that their unmovability is working against them, and they need to tap into their Venetian sense of sticking to the script and sourcing that culture that they like to stick with at the same time. Okay, so it's utilizing the polarities of Taurus, right? Number three, Gemini made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Right. This is Gemini. Like I said, Gemini is typical for being bipolar number one and for being the sign of communication, right? In order to communicate, you have to be able to be understood. And you have to be able to build that relationship with what they're calling God through your communication, right? Through your work and then through your intentions, right? Number four, Cancer made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Cancer, ruled by the moon as well as Venus. People don't like to talk about that usually, but making a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves going within, that there's going to be, of course, there's going to be a lot of emotion and pain involved in this process. Now, five, Leo, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. See, typically people don't like Leo, don't like to date Leos. Why? Because Leos, I'm not even gonna go in on that. That's not even relevant to this video. But the Leos that I've interacted with, I don't think I've ever heard them apologize. I don't ever think I've heard a Leo, and I have one of my uncles has a lot of kids. I don't know how many kids he has. I think he has 8 kids, but I know for a fact at least four of them are Leos, and I believe he's a Leo. And they're all, except for one, are pretty typical Leos. And I don't, and to me, this law this rule, this step, goes against the nature of Leos. So again, this is the second step that is fire that is pretty much trying to reverse that energy. Now 6, Virgo. We're entirely ready to have God remove all the defects of character. Very important because Virgo is supposed to be a healer. Virgo is the sixth house has a lot to do with your health, and removing the defects is tapping into that angelic healing energy. Now 7, Libra. Humbly ask them to remove our shortcomings. This is very librarian in nature. Very librarian in nature. This is pretty much asking God to restore you to balance. All right. Number 8, Scorpio. Made a list of all persons we've harmed and became willing to make amends with them. Now, of course, this is transformation through death. This is killing your ego, admitting that you're wrong, exercising a lot of willpower, and exercising a lot of emotional strength. Okay, so we have number 9, Sagittarius. Made direct amends wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. That is a weird. Make amends wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Why would you do something that might injure? Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. Comprehension is not my strength, but the word direct, Sagittarius, the archer. I mean, that's that. This is, and the fact that it's worded like this, and accept when to do so would injure them or others. Very Sagittarian. Number 10, Capricorn. Continue to take personal inventory when we were doing and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Now, I'm a Capricorn ascendant, and my mom is a Capricorn. Capricorn ascendant and a Capricorn sun. She doesn't admit when she's wrong, bro. She doesn't admit, maybe because she's a woman, but that's something that I don't do that very often myself. Continue to take personal. This Saturn based number 10, taking personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Of course, this is to build your character, very Saturn in nature. Number 11, sought through prayer and meditation, Aquarius. Prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. Now, this is the one. This is the second step that actually got me. I was like, why did they word that like that? Of course, number 1, admitting that this is a war, unwinnable. You are never gonna be stronger than alcohol. I was like, what, a war? Then they went to 2, 3. I was listening. I was like, this is the 12 Zodiac, bruh. What they trying to do? Alright, that's obviously Aquarian, bro. Aquarian in nature. But to be fair, none of the Aquarians that I interacted with were very religious people. Lo, my sister, Gucci Mane, none of them. All right. And then number 12, Pisces, have, having had a spiritual awakening. As the results of these steps, we tried to carry this message, a spiritual awakening, a spiritual Pisces awakening. Okay. Now I want you to meditate on why they may have done this. What kind of power the combination of all the zodiac in one program might give you. What kind of impact, what kind of magic might go on when you combine the power of the 12 zodiac. And I want you to base your plans off of this because I don't know the effectiveness of AA or NA or any of these organizations based on this 12-step program. But I want you to do the research, and if it's effective, if you know people that know this thing and it works for them, I would say take these same steps, organize them in ways that make you comfortable. I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to do it. And see if you could set some goals and get them done by having the same mentality. I'm not gonna admit that anything is more powerful than myself. That's just stupid. I'm not. What else am I not gonna do? I'm not gonna ask a creator greater than Aaron Moses. I don't think that exists. Could restore me to sanity. I don't want to be sane. I don't want to be all the way there because then that wouldn't be fun. And nah. Make a decision to turn my will over to God as I understand. I'm good. I'm good on that, shawty. Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Actually, I do that. It's called being introspective. I'm a very introspective person. Admitted to God, to ourselves, and another human being the exact nature of our wrong. No. Entirely ready to have God removes all the defects of character. Nah. Humbly ask Him to remove our short. Nah. Made a list of all the people we harmed and become willing to make amends to them all. I don't mess with people like that. I don't mess with people unless they mess with me first. So that's never gonna happen. Made direct amends, never gonna do that. Continue to take personal inventory, I already do that. And when we're wrong, promptly admit it, I'm not gonna do that. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God. That's just I do that all the time. Having had a spiritual awakening, I mean that's so three of these I'm gonna do because I did them before A even existed. So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I thought you thought your computer froze, didn't you? No, it didn't. But pretty clever of them. Pretty clever of them to hide that in plain sight. All the spiritualists that go to AA, I don't know if you do or if you go to NA or I think they have one for like sex addicts or something. Interesting. So comment below why you think they did that and what you think the power of combining the 12 zodiac are. Let me know. Let me know so I can know. But that's it guys. I love you. It's Aaron Moses, life is in the breath. Breathe it in. I'm not gonna put my little nursery rhymes at the end because I don't feel like it. I'm really tired. That's it. Peace.